Yes, my wonderful peeps, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back, guys.
Yes, this morning, guys, I want to do something a little bit different. Well, not even different, but I realize I'm getting a lot of calls or texts about how to get accurate with a slingshot. Now, at first, let me explain something to you guys. At first, I used to use the or naturally built slingshots, like homemade slingshots, and I use homemade slingshots basically use muscle memory and instinctive shooting. You don't have like a reference point on the fork or the catapult stick. You don't have a reference point. You don't even have you might have an anchor point that you draw back to, but most of the times it's just instinctive shooting. That's with our homemade slingshots. Now, since I've gotten this slingshot,
the one with the flat band,
I didn't like it at first, being that I altered the bands. I cut the bands shorter just to like get more power out of it. But I didn't understand that I should just leave it alone. The longer the bands, the harder it is to break. To burst, yeah. So I didn't know that. So I automatically found out. So you know it goes. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to teach you guys something this morning. So if you want to learn how to shoot a slingshot properly, most of the videos you'd watch on YouTube, they're not going to tell you this. Or I guess they don't really realize themselves. But everybody's face is different. Your arm length is different. Your height is different. So you need to remember these two words. Reference point is on your fork, is on the fork of the slingshot.
which is the stick.
Yes, or the stick of your slingshot. Your anchor point is where you draw back to your face. So you need to remember reference point, anchor point. Now for everyone, it's gonna be different, because some of us face is straighter,
Some is round.
rounder. It's gonna be different for everyone.
Yeah.
And where you draw back to, some folks are gonna be they're gonna feel different or more comfortable drawing to their chin, to their mouth, to their underneath their eye. It doesn't matter where your anchor point is. But what you need to do is, I'm gonna show you an example. So just stay tuned and let me kind of clear up some things, because in Jamaica here, most of us don't use the modern slingshots.
Yeah.
We are mostly used to the cheesy rubber and the old-fashioned slingshots. And best believe this, I'm a slingshot shooter from I was a kid. No other slingshot is better than these so far. You can use the flat bands with your original, with your homemade slingshot stick. That will work. But you see these, the flat bands, that's gonna give you precision. It's gonna make you a good aim. Once you know how to shoot, you're good. So I'm just gonna show you, for example, some things. All right. So guys, just for example, I'm gonna use this cardboard that we were sitting on a while ago to be a target. Now I'm just gonna use a piece of stick and a leaf. And there's some folks that believe that we could edit the videos to shoot the birds. We can't.
But
No
how that
way.
would be possible?
It wouldn't be possible. So everything you see I'm doing is real, raw. It's just raw footage. Now let me show you something. For example, how I became a good shot with this slingshot, because instinctively I can shoot a bird for a couple yards well, couple meters well. I can shoot a bird instinctively. But with these slingshots, oh my god, I'm like 100%, 110%. good right now. Just believe that. Let me put it somewhere. Yes guys, so everything is all set. If you notice, there's a phone right there to capture the shots at the leaf, just for you to see in real time what's happening. Remember, reference point, anchor point. When they're teaching you on the YouTube videos, on some of the videos, they're going to tell you that you should aim with the tip of the fork. No, that's not the case for everybody. But just believe me, that's not the case. My anchor point is right here in right in the corner of my jawbone. Now whenever I put my thumb, the back of my thumb, my knuckle, inside the back of my jawbone, when I draw back, when I pull the slingshot forward, all I need to see, I close one eye, and all I need to see is one band.
Which eye you close?
If I'm over to this side and I'm seeing both bands,
Which eye you close?
and I close my left eye because I'm shooting on my, I'll explain that in a bit. So this is what you should see, folks. If the slingshot is like this and you're seeing the bands sidewards
In a straight line.
in a straight line, it should be in a straight line. So all you need to do is just tilt your head to the side where you'd see a straight line on the bands. So if you tilt sidewards and you see the bands, no, just tilt back a little bit to where you'd see one line with both bands. All right, and that's just to get a straight line. Now distance in shooting, that's a next step. So you have straight and then you have the distance. So each distance, if you're closer to the target, it's gonna be a different reference point on your fork. If you're further from the target or far from the target, you're gonna have a different reference point on the fork again. Now, I thought my reference point was on the fork. My reference point wasn't on the fork, it was above the fork. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. Whenever I do like this and I draw back and I aim, and if I'm tilting over a little bit like this, I realize I'm seeing two bands, I just tilt back over to right where I would see one line. Now my reference point floats on the fork. So if I'm close, like say what, 12, no, say like 6 foot, just say 6 foot, my reference point would be just about here, just a little bit above the fork. Now if I go back like say 30 meters or so, my reference point is gonna be up here, floating above the fork. All because of my anchor point where it is. Because my face, my eye level is gonna be different from everybody. Mickey's anchor point is on her slingshot right here.
In the middle.
Her reference point, I should say,
yeah.
right in the middle of her slingshot. So when she draws back, she needs to put the middle of the middle of the fork
Reference.
or the reference point on the target. So let me go closer to the target. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we go, guys. This is what I'm talking about. If I draw back like here, say I want to hit right in the dead center here. When I draw back, I have to make sure I put my slingshot down a bit. Just this much, depending on how far I am. And if I go way back, I'm going to have to make sure, if I want to hit right in the dead center, I make sure my slingshot is down further. So it depends. It's different for everybody, as I said before. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm just gonna give you some shots of me shooting at the target and kind of explaining each shot at different distance. Alright, hey guys, so I can hear a chipmanship in the background right there, but I'm not gonna shoot it right now. And this is another thing, guys. What I'm teaching you right now is not for you to go and get bird fever or bird crazy and kill off the species. It's just in a case where if you want to hit a bird on the wing because you want to catch it, or you want to do it for survival purposes. It's real easy, real simple. You don't overhunt. You don't hunt in one place every day because you don't overhunt. I notice most people, or I don't know how they don't think about things, but you can't destroy nature. If you destroy nature, you're not going to have anything to hunt for the future. You're not going to have anything for the kids. Nobody. Not even your own self. You got to preserve. Although you hunt, you still need to preserve. You still need to care about the wildlife.
And another thing, guys, another thing. As Stretch said before, we don't hunt in one spot.
Yeah,
we change our location. And when we're hunting, we hunt like 2-3 birds. We don't overhunt.
Don't overhunt. Never.
Alright, so please, guys, everyone that is watching, that is saying you killing off the birds, this, that, listen.
It's not like that. It's survival purposes. We only take what we need, not what we want. There's a difference between need and want.
Exactly.
Alright, so let me show you something, for example. Now, I am about, say, 12 foot. I'm about 12 foot away from the target. Now, being that I'm this close, 12 foot, my reference point is going to be just about on top of the fork. Now, I am going to aim at the target.
The leaf, yeah, the target.
Leaf, and see what happens. Now, if my release is smooth and my band alignment is good, and I put just the middle of the target right above my reference point right here, I should hit the target dead center. That's how easy it is. My release wasn't clear. If I put the target right above, band alignment, everything, release is clear, should be dead center, alright? Not dead center, but it hit the target just about, almost to the center. Okay.
Guys, he is not used to the near shot. That is his problem right now.
Yeah. My release and everything was precise. And if you notice, it hit dead center.
Yeah.
Now, if I go back, I'm going to show you something. I am going to keep the same reference point, but I'm going to go back. You're going to see where the shot is going to land. The shot is going to land higher. It should land higher, not in the same spot, because the further I go back, the more my anchor, the more my reference point float above.
Yes.
It goes up. The further I go back, my reference point goes up. The closer I come,
it goes down.
Point goes down. For someone else, it would be different. That is why when you're aiming, when you're just learning to shoot, you need something like a cardboard or something. You aim at the target so you can tell different distances where you should put your reference point. That will tell, because when the shot hits the target, you're gonna tell, oh, it's a little bit down, oh, it's a little bit too high, oh, it's a little bit to the left, it's a little bit to the right, so you can tell what to do. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use the same reference point, and I should hit higher than the target. See, it hit higher than the target, but in the corner of the leaf. So because the leaf is like this, it just hit just at the side. So that's to show you, because it's higher than the second shot that I put in the dead center of the leaf. Now, if I want it in the dead center of the leaf, all I need to do is put my reference point just a little bit higher this time because I'm going further back. So that's how it works. Another thing I should explain to you folks. If the bird is, say, 100 meters up in the tree, it doesn't matter. Your reference point is gonna be the same as the distance on the ground. So if I'm say 12, if I'm 12 here, if I'm standing underneath the tree like here, and the bird is say 100 meters up in the tree, my reference point is gonna be the same because it's a distance on the ground that you measure, not the distance in the tree. That I didn't know either. I had to learn that by myself. So there's a lot of things about slingshot shooting that is why most people, they can't be 100% accurate. When I miss really close, and if I miss, it's because of my fault. Might be I'm too anxious or you know, but I can shoot. I can stay here and shoot a lizard if I want to. If I want to hunt 20 birds for the day, I can if I want to. But as I said before, I don't overhunt unless I'm going to a spot and there's a whole lot of birds there and I know I'm just going to go to that spot for like say this month, and then you're not going to see me back at that spot for like might be next year. So that's how we would do it. All right, so you don't overhunt, never overhunt. So the secret to the slingshot shooting is just your reference point, which is on the fork, and your anchor point,
Which is on your face.
which is on your face. So as I said, reference point, anchor point. That is the secret to slingshot shooting, to these modern slingshots. I told you before, you can be good at instinctive shooting, but believe me, instinctive shooting is not as good as the modern way of shooting. Believe me, it's harder for you to miss with this. You gotta be like, really, you have no eye coordination or something for you to like really miss. I taught me, I took a day and teach Mickey how to shoot with certain with her anchor point and everything, and she's like slaying birds the next day. That's how easy it is. Well, she's a good shot too and she learns fast, so might be it's gonna be different for everyone, but I just want to give this information out. So the secret is just your reference point and your anchor point. Remember, it's gonna be different for everyone, so you need a target to put it on. You shoot and you realize where the ball flies or the steel or whatever,
And make
and then
sure,
you
always
adjust.
make sure it's in a straight line.
Yes, whenever you draw back, I'm telling you, flat bands are the best. They are the best. You need to get the thick ones so they don't burst if they're dry rotten, and try not to cut the bands. I did that and my bands were bursting like crazy. So don't cut the bands too short. They should have a little length. So when you draw back, don't think about the power too much, because you're gonna be using steel balls. They're gonna be like flying with so much speed and power. It seems as if it's not going with the speed and the power, but it has a whole lot of speed and power. All right, so I'm gonna turn things over to Mickey because I'm gonna show you her anchor point, her reference point, as I said before, is smack in the middle of her fork right here at the band. All right, now let's see her in action. Okay guys, now she is right-handed. I am left-handed. I shoot on my left side, peeps. I'm right-handed, but I shoot on my left side. I don't know how to how I do that, but my grandfather shoots on his left side as well. Okay, so here she goes. Now she's gonna aim at the middle and put the target right in the dead center of the fork on the band. She missed a little bit low. That it's a little bit low, yeah, and to the left.
All right, let me focus, guys. Let me focus.
Yeah, it does happen. Her release, I can tell what happened. Her release wasn't precise, so that's how she would miss. It's her first shot, so that's understandable. Yes, guys. So her release wasn't clean, so she hit her finger, as I told you before. It happens. She's normally I guess might be because she's like so scared of the camera now. Who's camera shy now? Who's camera shy now?
Don't worry yourself. I should me warm up, man.
Guys, she's gonna go again. Just remember, just to calm, easy release. Yes, set on the flat where you can get a good stance. That's another thing too, peeps. You notice how she's standing with her feet apart and set to the target, sidewards to the target. That's how you have to shoot. All right. Your feet is, yeah, ready. Where did you hit? Dead center? All right, there we go. You realize she's calm and everything right now, peeps. Dead center. Relax again. Band alignment. Her hand shift to the side above, not in the dead center. Now, as you can see, peeps, this is like real we're showing you right now what's happening. Once your hand shifts just a little bit, it puts you off target. So each time you have to do the same thing all over again. Now this is the fun part about slingshot shooting. It's not like a gun. It goes straight through the hole that I made before. There's another hole in there. This one. It went straight through this one right here again. That's dead center again. So guys, that's to show you, alright? That's how we are able to shoot birds so easy. Now, yeah,
Guys,
so
another
guys,
thing, guess what? No one is perfect. If everyone was perfect, oh my, we would be living in heaven.
yeah, yeah.
No one is perfect. So guess what? I'm not the best. Stretch is not the best. I don't know if anyone is the best. But listen, things when things like these, if you shift a little, it's gonna miss.
Yeah, it's gonna throw you off target.
It's gonna show you off target.
But that's the fun. That is the fun part about it.
Yes, and I'm telling you, just a little, not even half inch, just a little.
Just some centimeters away, and your shot could depends on the distance of the shot. It throws it way off.
Normally, if I shoot after birds and I miss like very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
So well, I can say I'm a great slingshot shooter, but I am not perfect. And I'm bringing Mickey at the same time. I'm going to teach her how to do just strictly headshots, because I still haven't taught her how to do that yet. But this video is just to teach you folks. So the feet must be towards the target, setting towards the target. So you're going to be setting sidewards.
Yes, sidewards. If the target, all right, let me show you.
Say I'm the target.
Stretch is the target. So the target,
the camera is the target, yeah.
Facing you. You're going to set like this, sideways.
Yeah. If you do, and point it dead in the dead center of the camera.
Yes. And
let them see it from.
Let me put you in a shot.
Please do not shoot me.
Stretch, come on. So guys, sideways. You have to be flat-footed.
Yep.
All right. Your anchor point first. My anchor point is
well, it doesn't matter if you're comfortable using your reference, pulling the slingshot and then put it at your anchor point. Once it's gonna go back to the same position, you're good.
I'm comfortable with this one. My anchor point first, then my reference point.
Yeah.
So anchor point, then you're gonna draw.
She's gonna put the reference point dead in the camera. So she's aiming right in the dead center of the top fork.
And I close one eye. The eye that I close is the right eye, because
the eye closest, the eye that's above the band.
The eye, listen, the eye that is closer to your anchor point, that's the one that you're gonna keep open.
Yeah.
Right? So this one closed, this one open. You draw, make sure it's in a straight line. And as I said, my reference point is in the middle.
Yeah.
So I just point the middle at the target.
So it's a little bit windy right now, but I'm gonna see if I give you guys just a little hunting just to prove what we're saying about the trick to shooting, because even if your stance isn't 100%, once the it can throw you off, but once the band, your anchor point, the band alignment and your reference point is dead on, you can't miss.
Just make sure everything
Just
is
make
level.
sure your anchor point, reference point is dead on, and the band is in one line.
It is in one line.
Once that is there, you could even twist to the side. Once that is on, dead on, you're good. Alright, so I'm gonna go on a little hunt just to show you guys, just to prove to you guys how accurate these slingshots are.
In there now. It got hit, guys. Down. It's a woodpecker. There it is.
Yes guys, so that's how easy and that's how simple it is. I hope the video was a help to you guys.